Yeah, so in this video we are going to discuss about how to execute SQL queries from C# program. So in the previous video we covered that how to initiate the connection. So in that way we are going to establish the connection. So now we are going to execute an SQL query from our C# program. So first guys, to establish the connection we had used the class called SQL connection class. For executing the query we have this SQL command class. So this video will try to insert the records into the SQL table by using the C#. So SQL command, some object name is equal to new SQL command. Guys, as I said, there are lot many syntaxes available. Excuse me. So here in double quotes you can write an SQL query and followed by you can pass the connection. This is one option, but I don't want to use this. I just want to make a common syntax where in future, in case if you are trying to execute this particular SQL server stored procedures also, you should use the same syntax. So first you should create an object for the command. Then first you have to explain what is the command type. So there will be three command types will be there. So the first one will be text and second one will be stored procedure. Majorly we will use these two things. The first one, text, you will use whenever you are writing an SQL query and trying to execute it. So stored procedure will be used whenever we are trying to call a stored procedure from C# program. So this time we are going to execute our SQL query itself. That is the reason you should select the text type as text. And after that you have to create what is the connection object for this SQL command. Connection object is this CONN, whatever the object we created for SQL connection class, that object you have to pass it here. Then you need to write what is the command text. Command text is nothing but what is the SQL query that you want to execute. So yesterday we created a database called Office. So in that, so we had created some table and after rename the table name was employees. So I just want to insert values to the same table. So here we have three columns, serial number, name and age. So I just want to insert records into that one. So insert into employees. So where you can mention the columns also for more clarity. Serial number, name, comma, age. So values of, so here I can pass serial number 101, name is some Ram and some age. So this is the query I just want to get execute. So these are the three attributes that we are adding properties to the object of SQL command. Now we need to execute the query. How to execute the query means, so there is a method called execute non-query. Guys, there will be three methods available for similarly. So one is execute non-query, execute reader and execute scalar. There will be three methods will be there. So according to our requirement we are going to use this particular execute non-query will works for all SQL query executions. So as of now let's go with these two I will cover in today's videos itself. So now execute non-query, but you should remember one thing, if you execute you will get an error because execute non-query always requires a connection open state. So after that you can close this also. And one more thing, if I execute I won't get any result. How come I come to know that whether this particular query execution is successful or failure? Correct, that we need to have a clarity whether I want to get an acknowledgement after the execution. So especially this execute non-query, you can see it is going to return an integer that means it is going to return the number of rows affected. That means for insert, for update and for delete commands, you can expect how many rows are affected. So here I am going to take some variable rows. So according to this particular number, so I will decide whether this insertion is successful or failure. I can write a logic like this: if this rows greater than 0, if it is at least one row was changed or affected, so then I can use a statement that inserted successfully. If not, fail to insert something, some error message I mean to say. That's it. Now we are done. This is the syntax what you need to write to insert a record into an SQL table. Now if I execute, so inserted successfully. Let's check in the table also whether it is inserted or not. So you can see you got the record. So maybe it was able to insert the record into SQL table, but this program is not a reusable program. This program is not a reusable program, because every time whenever I execute, it will insert the serial number 101, name as some ROM, age is some 24. The same values will get inserted for several number of times. That's not a reusable program. So what could be a reusable program? How can we make it this particular program as a reusable in the sense? So very simple. Let's ask the data from the end user. Enter serial number. Whatever the data that entered by the user, according to the column data type, serial number in table is integer type. That is the reason I am taking integer type. So int.parseof console.readline. Like the same, let's read the remaining properties also. Enter name. So name will be always a string type. So string name is equal to, directly I can take console.readline. Okay. Next we have age. Enter age. So again int age equal to int.parseof console.readline. So like that, how many properties are there, you can read from end user like this. Now here you can simply do one thing. Instead of passing the values directly, here let's create attributes. Attributes always will have an @ symbol. Okay, so @ serial number, this is a variable. Okay, so see @name, @age. So whenever you are taking the variables, let's take similar to the column name, so that we can easily understand this is for serial number, this is for name, this is for age. Otherwise we are going to be in a confusion state. So option 1 is there. Here you can write by concatenation, but that is going to make you confused. So why I am going to use this? So to avoid confusion, cmd dot, these are called as parameters dot add with value. There is a method called add with value. So you can pass wherever there is serial number parameter is there, that need to replace with id or serial number, anything is fine. Let me take similarly _snvo. So here also let's pass _snvo. So now wherever there is @ serial number in place, so this is going to add the value of this particular variable @ serial number. So like the same name, this is going to be replaced with the variable value of @name. So like the same we have age. So for this also we need to take it as age like this. Like that you can pass all the parameters. Now this program is 100% reusable program. Okay, so let me execute. So enter serial number. Let me change some font size. Yeah, serial number 102. Now you can see inserted successfully. Whenever you execute one more time, it will ask for new value again. So here also in the SQL table you can see the record was inserted. So this is how we can insert the data into an SQL table. So this is how we can save the data. Let me save this and I will share it to you. Yeah. Now the second one, how to update the data. Okay, so serial number will be there as it is. Enter new name, because already some name will be there that I am going to update. Enter new age, the age is going to be get updated. So here the query will get modified. What is the syntax to update the table? So update table name, that is what employees, set name equal to @name, comma age equal to @age, where serial number is equal to @serial number. That's it. Parameters will be same as it is. So here we can write updated successfully. Okay, so here failed to update. Even in case if you want to write specifically, so here let's print this rows whatever we are getting, that number you will get. After that you can see rows updated successfully. If it is updated one row, so one row will be updated successfully. If it was updated 10 rows, 10 rows will be updated successfully. That is what we can see as a result. Now serial number, so I just want to update the record 101. So this is some other name. Okay, so I just want to update name for 101. So 101 name is, so now you can see 1 was the result from that. One row updated successfully. Even in SQL table also you can see the values were affected and these are going to change. So this is how we can perform the update operation by using ADO.NET. Now let's go for delete. So while deleting, you don't require all name and age attribute, only one condition is fine, you can take serial number. So I'm just removing all these things. So here we are going to write like this: delete from employees where serial number is equal to @serial number. That's it. So here rows deleted successfully. Failed to delete or invalid serial number. Let's execute again. So 103, actually this is not there, you will get an error, failed to delete or invalid serial number. So suppose if I give 101, you can see one row was deleted successfully from the table, and here if you execute, you can see you will have only one record in that table. So this is how you can perform an insertion, updation and deletion. In the next video we can see about how we can select the data. Thank you.